Blessings to Cameroon, Cameroonian citizens, and to the Cameroonian prophets, apostles, teachers, pastors, and evangelists around the world. It has come to my notice I'm going too viral among you over there in your nation, Cameroon. It takes a lot of authority and it takes a lot of power for that to happen. If you don't have a lot of authority and power, people will not be talking about you like that. The reason why some of you are not being talked about is because the authority and the power still need to grow. But anyways, that's not even the main reason why I'm making this video. The main reason why I'm making this video is to address what is going on in Cameroon right now and my future with Cameroon in general. The Bible says, he who receives a prophet receives a prophet reward. The opposite of it is, if you don't receive a prophet, you don't receive a prophet reward. And so the Bible also says, he who despises instruction will dwell in the congregation of the dead. Meaning that when you despise prophecy, like the Bible says, do not despise prophecies. When you despise them and ignore them, or you don't take it seriously, what happens is you will fail in it. And there will be failure, and you will face the consequences. So, I have officially come to announce to everyone today, I am going silent on Cameroon, specifically. You may say, well, you're from Cameroon. I know. I'm originally from Cameroon. But a move of God can start. But if you're not careful with your tongues, you will kill that move of God. And so there's a move of God that God is doing, raising a lot of young people. And if you are very strategic, you will know that that's what God is doing from 2026 moving forward. God is raising a lot of young people in politics, in sports, and ministry. But it has come to my notice, I made a video giving prophecies for the African Cup of Nations. And I've been giving the plan of God for the African Cup of Nations. And some of you may say, well, God is not in it. It's because you are babies. And even if you are a church leader and you say God is not in it, I understand, I forgive you. You are still growing up. When you finally grow up, you will understand that God is interested in anywhere that there is crowd. He's interested. He wants to bring light to them. And so, God is also in sports. Yes, and He wants to make people turn to Him. He wants to let people know that He is God. So I started by telling you guys that I saw Cameroon winning their matches. I saw Cameroon winning their matches against Gabon. I saw Cameroon at the semifinals. I told you guys that from the beginning. And that from the semifinals we need to seriously pray because Cameroon will have issues with the referee. I told you guys that since December. I told you guys that I saw Cameroon with the AFCON destiny, AFCON star. It was really the AFCON star on Cameroon because any team that beats Cameroon and any team that flows in that line, they will go and take that cup. So you see, Cameroon was destined with it. That is why the match between Cameroon and Morocco defined the African Cup of Nations. So I gave those prophetic messages. I said Cameroon was going to win Gabon, and I said Cameroon was going to win Ivory Coast. When it did not happen as it was supposed to, because Cameroon was supposed to win 2-1. When it did not happen as it was supposed to, because of some instructions, they did not follow the instructions they were supposed to follow. They changed people quickly and removed some people who were supposed to score. So it ended 1-1. And people took that and they started calling us false. Nothing wrong. Next match, Mozambique versus Cameroon. I told them that Cameroon was going to win again. And everybody, everyone in Cameroon was doubting God about it. Oh no, they're not going to win. Oh no, they're not going to win. They're still young. But we see the future. So I told them that no, Cameroon is going to win. And Cameroon won. You know what? Only a few media posted it. But when it's the one that it seems like it didn't work, yes, that's the one that they posted. But the ones that have been working for many generations is the one they don't post. You understand now? There are a lot of prophecies that have come to pass. It is the one that they don't post. And you see, that is how human beings are. So you have to understand something. The next matches, everybody was scared. Everybody was silent. I think only a few prophets saw it, probably, because I will never be the only one. I'm not the one who says, oh, I'm never gonna be the only one. I'm gonna be the only one. Da 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 da. I'm never gonna be the only one. And after all, like I told you guys, I'm becoming silent on Cameroon from this year. Okay, so the next match was between Cameroon and South Africa. And I said South Africa is going to lose and Cameroon is going to make history. Even though I posted that video, they were throwing insult, saying, no, they are returning today. They are returning today. And that doesn't really touch me, because I've been in ministry since I was 16 years old. While some of you are just out there wasting your life in the world. At 16, I was seeking God already. So we did not start today. Next, Cameroon finally won and made history like I prophesied. And I told them that the next match against Morocco, they need to score in the first 45 minutes. Now, since they did not obey the instruction to score in the first 45 minutes, you should know that if 45 minutes crosses, they're already gone. And so the prophecy did not get fulfilled. So Cameroon did not advance in the competition. And so Cameroon lost the destined AFCON that was destined for them. And so that destined AFCON now was in the hands of Nigeria. And so Nigeria also lost it. I don't know the instructions that Nigerians were supposed to do, but we have prayed for Nigeria. I myself, I prayed for Nigeria. But Nigeria was destined for it, because I was interceding God, telling them they have been through a lot, especially with the Boko Harams and the shootings that have been in their country, the destructions that have been in their country. I was telling God in intercession that God, they deserve this AFCON, so please hand it to them. And still some things went underground. Even though Morocco played, some things went underground. You guys people don't even know these things. Politics have gone underground in football nowadays. Some things still went underground. And then, after that, Nigeria still lost at the penalties, and Nigeria did not go. All glory to God. And now Morocco is advancing to the finals. At the finals, I saw Senegal and Nigeria. Many people who are babies, who don't know the prophetic ministry, they will not even understand. At the finals, seeing Nigeria and Senegal could also mean at the finals, you are seeing Morocco and Senegal. Because Nigeria and Morocco were on the same line to go and battle with Senegal. But you see, many people don't understand the prophetic ministry. And you see people who don't know the prophetic ministry, they are talking. And you see me, I never will lack respect to any of you out there in Cameroon who are pastors, prophets, and apostles. But one thing I've discovered about Cameroon is pride. That's why revival is not coming. And I'm telling you, revival will be far from Cameroon till 2030 or till 2035, or until this mindset changes from Cameroonians, or until pride goes out of the way and humility comes in. You know the pride I'm talking about. Pride about your life, pride about ministry, pride in every aspect. and let humility take control. If it doesn't take control, forget about revival in Cameroon. Number 2 thing I wanted to discuss about. We have seen the prophecies that has come to pass in the nation of Cameroon. Why didn't you post those ones? Or those of you men of God, it's only in the army of God that a soldier will kill another soldier. And so a killer of a prophet is another prophet. A killer of a pastor is another pastor. A killer of a doctor is another doctor. And so those of you prophets in Cameroon, or pastors or apostles in Cameroon, who are expert in killing other men of God for what they have done or for what is happening in their life and ministry, what have you done with yours? Or when was even the last time you gave just one accurate prophecy about football and it passed? Well, if you can do better than me, then come sit down and teach me. If you can tell me every score, who is going to win, who is not going to win, come tell me every score. When you are done telling me, and it is so, then you can teach me the prophetic. But if you can't even talk about 2 matches. You could not even talk about South Africa and Cameroon. How then do you stand up to talk against someone because of what is happening in their prophetic ministry or in their ministry? Because you see, ministry is not just about talking. It's about the person doing it better. If you do better, come and talk against the one that is not doing better. But you are not doing better yourself. You can't even see in the spirit in the first place. You think everybody can correct everybody? You think I can just go and start correcting Prophet Hubert Angel or Pastor Chris Oyakilome? I leave them in the hands of God. They are men of God. I leave them in the hands of God. I can never talk against them. I know who they are in the spirit. But some of you talk against people, you talk against us, you don't even know the ranks of people in the spirit. You have to check people's ranks before you talk against them. Yes, because some of you in Cameroon who have talked against me or gossiped against me privately, you have shut down your voice. I know you're going to say, oh, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Don't worry to know about me. I am unknown. Yeah, you can trace me all you want. I am one of the people that if you trace me, you will not find my traces as other people, as other men of God in Cameroon. Trace me, you will know that I'm alone. And be very careful, be very scared of the people who are alone with God. Yeah, some of you have your systems. You have hundreds of people around you who are shielding you like with wings. But some of us, we are alone. You understand now? Be careful of people like that. Because one with God is majority. They are not alone. So, check your heart first. When did you post the prophecies that I prophesied and it came to pass? Before you are posting the one that you think did not come to pass? Or do you know how the prophetic ministry work? There's also this prophet in Kumba. I saw the seed for him before, and because I saw what he was doing, it was good, and he was asking for some seed. That's how my connection with him broke. I was asking for some seed the other time, and I was like, sir, like if this is how life is, like I can't just be giving you money like this. And then I disconnected from him. And I blocked him because he was trying to abuse me now because I sent some money. So he was trying to abuse me with by asking for more money and stuff for this church project that they were having, And when I said, sir, sorry, I have other things to do. I don't have just money for the church. I disconnected from him. The prophet says, The man of God goes and he starts saying, oh, if you miss prophecy, you have to admit it. He doesn't even understand what the prophetic ministry is like. All those of you who are talking privately in Cameroon in the secret and gossiping my name, you're only making me more public. You're only making me more viral. You're only making me having more authority. But your voice will be shut down, especially if you are not a youth. Just know that God is raising many youths. Your voice will be shut down. Anybody who is trying to shut down the voice of the youth, their voice will be shut down. So if you're in Cameroon and you're trying to shut down people's voices, your voice will be shut down first. But I forgive all of you. Because even though a lot of you have churches, some of you are still children. That's why you are still even like, I don't even want to mention it. So I forgive all of you. But I'm here to already say what was already in my spirit since last year, November 2025. To resign from giving prophecy for Cameroon specifically. I will give prophecy to any other nation, China, India, Nigeria, Uganda, South Africa, any other country in the world. But when it comes to Cameroon, from this 2026, moving forward, count me out. Except Jesus himself comes to my room. Or he sends a lot of angels. Or he sends angels to come and tell me, Perez, you gotta give the message. Perez, you gotta give the message before I will give it. But for now, me to sit down and pick things in the spirit and tell you in Cameroon, it's over. It's over. Let me read this chapter before I continue. Matthew 23. Matthew 23. This is for Cameroon and all Cameroonian people, especially if you want revival in your country, because you won't be hearing my voice in that country for a long time. All right, you'll be hearing my voice from other nations, of course. In the US and other countries, you'll be seeing a lot of prophecies I've given about US and other countries getting fulfilled. Even the ones I've given about Cameroon in the past, about the river Wuri drying, Kupe Manengoba exploding, the Mount Boya evaporating, erupting, flood in Boya, flood in Bafoussam, all those things that I've prophesied about, you will see them fulfilled in Cameroon. But the prophecies I gave about Cameroon, it's over. You know, I'm not the only man of God. There are other men of God in your country, Cameroon. So why is it that I'm the only one who you are interested in? Because you know grace is grace. I'm not the only one. There are thousands, there are millions of other men of God God is using in Cameroon. You can listen to them. But for Perez Ndi, he's not available for Cameroon anymore when it comes to prophecy. This is the scripture I will read to you. And then I say a few more last things and I end this video. Matthew 23 from verse 1. Then spake Jesus to the multitude and to his disciples. Remember, this message is for all Cameroonians and especially all the men of God in Cameroon. And please, I don't want you to call me or message me to try to, you know, I appreciate many pastors and prophets in Cameroon, from Cameroon, like Prophet Ferdinand Kane. That's one of my best prophets in Cameroon. Le prophète Ferdinand Kane. Il est l'un des meilleurs prophètes du Cameroun. Il a la statue dans l'esprit, dans le règne de l'esprit. Je respecte tellement. En fait, j'ai donné même ma vie à Jésus-Christ à 16 ans parce que je l'avais vu à la télé. Ouais. Il est un modèle pour moi. And there is also Prophet Clovis in Maryland. He's a good prophet. He helped me a lot to establish certain things, and he was a mentor for me for a season. And I still love him. I have nothing against him. He's amazing. He's in Maryland. Then there's another one in Cameroon. Who is that? Apoto Pienyangok. I love that man of God. Apoto Pienyangok. Then there's another one. There's another one in Cameroon. There are many. There's Prophet Kelvin Kukwalo. He appreciated my street evangelism, and he even posted me. I love that man of God too. There's another one that I really appreciate and respect a lot. Why is he not coming to my mind? Yeah, there's another one. I just forgot. But there are many more Cameroonian prophets and apostles and men of God who are jealous, full of pride, bitterness, envy, malice. You see pastors not talking to other pastors. You see pastors jealous about other pastors. And this is why revival is not coming yet. And revival is not coming yet because it starts in the church. The problem starts from the church. And so, the voices God has raised from Cameroon that have a land, that have a say in that land, most of them are not even in Cameroon, to be honest with you. Many voices that have to say, to speak things on Cameroon, they are not even in Cameroon. They are outside of Cameroon. And God has been taking many men and women of God outside of Cameroon for a long time ago because of this same attitude and habit of Cameroonians not receiving the prophetic messages and their prophet. It has caused God to take away men and women of God and take them outside of Cameroon. Now some of you, he still kept you there. He still kept you there because you are destined to be there. But at the end of the day, God has taken away some prophets, some men of God from your country a long time ago. You understand now? Yes. Because of this habit. You being happy that your brother fails. Yes. So let's read Matthew 23. Then spake Jesus to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, The scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you, observe. That observe and do. But do not ye after their works. For they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulder, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries, and enlarge the borders of their garment. Verse 6. And love the uppermost rooms, and feast at feast, and the chief seat in the synagogues. Verse 7. And greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren. Verse 9. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven. Verse 10. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Christ. Verse 11. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. Verse 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. Verse 13. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrite! For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye for them, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Verse 14. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrite! For ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnations. Verse 15. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrite! For ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. Verse 16. Woe unto you, ye blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing, but whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gold or the temple that sanctified the gold? Verse 18. And whoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing, but whoever sweareth by the gift that is upon it, he is guilty. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctified the gift? Verse 20. Whoso therefore shall swear by the altar, sweareth by it, and by all things thereon. And whoso shall swear by the temple, sweareth by it, and by him that dwelleth therein. Verse 22. And he that shall swear by heaven, sweareth by the throne of God, and by him that sitteth on the throne. Verse 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrite! For ye pay tithe of mint, and anise, and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. Ye blind guide, which train at a net, and swallow a camel. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrite! For ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within ye are full of extortion and excess. Verse 26. Thou blind Pharisees, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Verse 27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrite! For ye are like unto wheated sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones, and of all uncleanness. Verse 28. Even so, ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Verse 29. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! Because you build the tombs of the prophet, and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in these days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Verse 31. Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophet. 32. Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers, ye serpents, ye generation of vipers. How can ye escape the damnation of hell? Verse 34. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets, and wise men, and scribes, and some of them you shall kill and crucify, and some of them you shall scourge in your synagogues, and persecute them from city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, the son of Barachias, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. Verse 36. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. Verse 37. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often will I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye will not. Verse 38. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, you shall not see me henceforth, till ye shall say, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. O Cameroon, O Cameroon, O Cameroon, you who have killed the prophets and have risen into your nation, you shall henceforth no longer see some of them, especially this one. And you shall no longer hear his voice. And there will come a time many will come and beg me to speak for Cameroon, but I will not until God, like I said, until God himself will send angels or will come to me and speak so loud and tell me, I told you to go and speak for Cameroon, before I will go. Or until God sends a lot of angels to come and tell me, oh Perez, you gotta go speak. But from today, just like we see things in the spirit, I'm not gonna pick things in the spirit again and reveal it to Cameroon. I'll stay silent. So today I'm officially announcing to all Cameroonians and to all the prophets in Cameroon, now you can rejoice. I am going silent on your nation. I'm going silent on Cameroon. Of course, I'm from Cameroon. Of course, my roots are from Cameroon. But you know, 95% of my followers are not from Cameroon. In fact, I have never trained a disciple who is a Cameroonian. All my disciples that you see that are doing great things, street preaching, winning the soul, the lost, healing souls, they are from Asia. They're from Asian countries that worship Buddha. They're from Asia. And if you go everywhere to follow me, you will discover that majority of my followers are not from Cameroon in the first place. So we have voices that God raised. God raised our voices from the nation of Cameroon. But don't be sad later, because you know the children of Israel entered into captivity for 70 years because they disobeyed the word Jeremiah was giving to them. It has not started today that Cameroonians have been stoning their prophets, especially the real genuine ones. They send agents of darkness to kill them, to shoot them, to do all type of things. So since you guys can, you guys can prophesy better, you guys can do everything better, I'll leave it for you guys so that you guys can continue your job. Yes, you guys can continue your job. May you guys continue to pick things in the spirit and tell your nation. But for me, I'll see things, but I will stay silent. I've zipped my mouth when it comes to Cameroon. Of course, I still love you guys there in Cameroon. I still love every one of you there. But that's what the Bible says. He who receives a prophet receives a prophet's reward. And one of a prophet's reward is he has the advantage to perceive things in the spirit and to reveal it to a nation. So I know Cameroon has a lot of watchmen, and I know many of them are going to pride themselves as usual. Oh no, do you think you're the only one? Oh no. Some of you don't know the prophetic. You guys don't know. You guys don't know. Just because one person can remove himself, things can change. You guys don't know. It's only babies nowadays. It's so sad for me to see a lot of people have churches, but they are babies. Only babies nowadays, they say, oh no, this young man. Many from Cameroon who are in the spirit, they know who I am. I don't even need to say it by myself. The pastors, the prophet, the apostles, the teachers, the evangelists in Cameroon, they know who I am. They know who I am. They know. I don't need to express myself to you. They know. And they know the danger of what it means for me to remove myself from that nation, for me not to speak again for Cameroon. And like I said, I already saw many of them in the future. Many Cameroonian men of God coming to beg me to say, oh no, please speak for Cameroon. I will not. Like I said, I've already told you, until God sent angels himself to come and tell me, my son Perez, go back and speak to this nation. But if it is just me picking things in the spirit to say, I will not pick again. It's over. If you want to watch my prophecies about Cameroon, go back to the past. Past messages, past prophecies I give about Cameroon, it's over. Whether it's after 10 years, whether it's after 20 years, that God will come and tell me, Perez, now go and speak to Cameroon. That's when I will do it. But from now, 2026, moving to 2030, 35, you shall not hear my voice about Cameroon again. Of course, people will be saying, oh, where are you from? You're from Cameroon? Oh, wow. I never knew a man of God was like this from Cameroon. Of course, people tell me that. People tell me that a lot. And because of me, some people are saying, oh, wow, I never knew a country was like Cameroon. I thought you were from Nigeria. People think I'm from Nigeria. I said, no, I'm from Cameroon. Of course, I prophesied to the Philippines, to Cameroon, to Nigeria and other nations. Not everyone receives my words exactly, but they learn the hard way too. But for Cameroon, its own has been from the roots. Yes. If God offers you freedom, you don't want it. God will allow you to go into more desolation. And so this is the scripture for Cameroon. Matthew 23. This is for Cameroonians and the church leaders. You guys should work on this before revival will ever come to that nation, or else you guys will almost be there near success syndrome and come back down. The revival will not flow like that. You understand now? Like I said, I don't need to express who I am to anybody. I don't have the right. Nobody has the right to know who I am. But you can choose to know me in the spirit. Yes, you can choose to know me in the spirit, or you choose to know me in the flesh. That's your own problem. But sooner or later in the future, you will realize that it was true. And you will come back. Like I said, many will come back to beg me. Even in the comments, many will be begging me to come to please forgive Cameroon. I've already forgiven Cameroon. I've already forgiven them. That's why I was staying silent. I've not talked since everybody is talking. My name is viral everywhere there. Of which I'm not even posting much about that country. Any little thing, oh, Perez. Any little thing, oh, Perez. It's because of authority now. If I didn't have authority, will you hear my name like that? So be careful how you fight authority that God has put. And to all those men of God who gossip my name, saying I failed prophecies, you don't know the many prophecies you will fail. And yours will be pure, evidently true. You don't know your future. So I forgive all of you because you are also servant of God. I don't want to keep any grudge or malice. I forgive all of you. All of you fathers, I forgive you also. Who talk down on us, who are coming up, I forgive you. Yes. And lastly, I would like to say to those men of God and women of God who wait for any little thing for them to use it to bring you down. You don't know your future. You guys don't even know what's coming to the Church of Cameroon this year. Anyways, today, officially, I said it a long time ago. I was just still continuing to prophesy because it was about the African Cup of Nations. Yeah, it doesn't concern Cameroon again. So in fact, God is the one who brought me here to the US. Like I told you, my life is very mysterious, My life is very mysterious. And anybody that wants to touch me, it doesn't matter even if it's a prophet. If you want to touch me, God will not be happy with you. Christians are not all the same. Prophets are not all the same. Pastors are not all the same. There are different ranks. There are some things that we have with God that differentiates us. So be careful for your own good. I don't care how long you've been in ministry. Be careful for your own good. How you talk, how you mention my name in your mouth. Be careful for your own good, or else you just realize that everything is going down. Be careful. Don't look at our age. We're not young. We're not young. So today I'm officially withdrawing from picking things in the spirit and telling Cameroon, it's over. I've given you the exception. Accept God himself, because there are sometimes God just shows you things and you can pick it and speak it out. And there are sometimes that God himself comes and tells you, go and say this, go and do this. So from today, I will no longer see things in the spirit and pick it to tell Cameroon. I will just tell my family members. If it's something that is coming that will affect them, I'll just tell them secretly. And I'll tell them, don't share it with any other person. And I'll leave it like that. But you'll be seeing me prophesying for other nations, and it's coming to pass. You'll be seeing it. But for Cameroon, like I said, today it goes desolate from my mouth. And today, even after this message, you guys will realize an emptiness in the realm of the spirit. And from that nation, that's when you begin to understand the gap. You begin to understand the space that I was occupying in that nation in the spirit. You guys are many, there are many prophets there are many pastors there, you guys can take the job. Do the job. And so that is my message. So I am officially going silent on Cameroon, and I will not prophesy to Cameroon again, with the exception of God himself coming to tell me to go and give the message, or God sending angels to come and tell me to go and give the message. My eyes are open spiritually, so I can see things that are coming, and I tell Cameroon. That's the assignment of a watchman. That's an assignment of someone, a seer. You don't have to wait for God's voice to say, go and tell them. Sometimes you can just see things in the spirit and you pick it and you tell them. But from today, it's over. So God bless the nation of Cameroon. Henceforth from today, go back to my old prophecies and listen to them. I will not prophesy from there further. Shalom.